Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a very quick Sacred Union Energy update. This is going to be just a check-in on what is going on between Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who joined the live stream Ascension chat last night. It was an Ascension chat and a message poll, and we just had a lot of fun just chatting. You guys just raised my vibrations instantly. I love you so much. I appreciate it so much. I was having a really hard time, even up to the very last second before I went on. I was wondering whether or not I should cancel, but it was exactly what I needed. It helped to shift my energy. It helped to shift me, and I just appreciate it so much. Let me just turn this off. I just appreciate it so much. And I just feel like I have been moving through a transformation. I have been going through a breakthrough. And it feels like this rebirth is here. I feel that in my connection as well. I see that in my counterpart as well. When I went downstairs this morning and we spoke, it was just different energy for both of us. And it feels really good. It feels really fresh. What we've been moving through the past several weeks is letting go of the journey as a whole. We've already let go of the twin flame label. The labels don't matter. We've always known that. But letting go of the journey as a whole, letting go of the container that we were in, letting go of the old version of the journey, because we really are moving into the new. We're moving into a new layer, a new level of ascension as a whole. And so we really had to let go of that past, and I feel like that's what we had been doing. And this really feels like there's a fresh energy just surrounding us and our relationship. The old really did have to die away in order for the new to be reborn, and it's tough. It is very, very tough sometimes to move through that change, to move through that transition, because it's ego that tries to hold on, and ego is not a bad thing. Ego does not have to be this enemy that we make it out to be. Ego is just our human identity, our human structure, what helps us get through this human experience. But the more we go through ascension, the more we recognize the soul within ourselves, and we realize that ego doesn't have to control us. Ego doesn't have to rule our lives. We let soul do that job. And so the more we quiet the ego, or I should say, the more we listen to our intuition, the more we listen to the soul of ourselves, aware of the soul of ourselves, the more quiet ego gets, the more calm ego gets, because ego is that survival mechanism. It is what helps us to get through the human experience, but we no longer need to get through it, no longer need to survive it, because now it is about thriving and creating from a place of soul and joy and love and higher consciousness. So I was moving through a lot of ego, but it really feels like there's been a beautiful, beautiful shift. I feel back in my feminine energy. My divine masculine is in his masculine energy. So beautiful. And it just feels like there's this rebirth. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that there's never going to be distortions? Does that mean that there's not going to be more clearing? Does that mean that there's not going to be more up and down? No, we know this journey, right? No, but this is the next level. We have been transitioning into this. There has been a balancing out where more harmony comes in, more harmony comes in. The more you release the old, the more you move into the new. So there's always going to be obstacles and challenges, but the higher consciousness is how you cope with that. The higher consciousness is how aware you are of, okay, what's happening here? For me, it was the past few weeks were very, very, very challenging. That's an understatement. It was very difficult. It was not quite dark night of the soul level, but I was very lost inside of myself, very lost in the illusion. And it was very hard for me to get out of that. But I knew that I was breaking through to something. I knew that this was a transformation, and there was a sense of peace, serenity, and faith that never left me. That's the higher consciousness. And that's what's going to keep shifting. Challenges arise, obstacles arise, even crises of faith arise. However, what happens is, as we go along this journey, that sense of, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. This is just transformation. That level of awareness becomes more prominent, and getting through it, transmuting it, gets easier and easier. they're saying more stable, more stable. So there's a stabilization energy that is happening. So from the breakdown comes the breakthrough. It's true. And it feels so, I can't even tell you guys, I feel this sense of just release and freedom within myself. I feel whole in myself again. I feel at home in myself again at a different level, at a higher level, at a deeper level. So I want to say thank you guys so much for helping me last night, for your energy, for your vibrations, for your love, for the beautiful exchange that we had. It was a glorious, beautiful night. It was so much fun. It was what I needed. Some of you shared that it was what you needed. I'm so glad that we were able to give back to each other in that way. So thank you so much. It was a beautiful, beautiful exchange. Okay, so let's see what is going on with these counterparts. What do I want to pull? And thank you guys to those of you who sent monetary donations or deck donations. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I just purchased a couple of decks off of my Amazon wish list with your donations, so we can keep these readings nice and fresh and have fresh daily energy draws with new decks. So thank you guys so much for that as well. If you would like to participate in an energy exchange, there's a link to my PayPal, or there is a link to my Amazon wish list in the description box below. If you would like a personal reading with me, I am also open to bookings again. So all the information is now available on my website. Things look a little bit different on my website as far as booking, but go ahead and check it all out and feel free to email me if you have any questions. Okay, what deck are we going to use? I feel like we're going to go straight to the Romance Angels today and see what is going on in your connection. I had somebody ask about my ring, if it's an engagement ring. It is not. It's a Moldavite ring that I got for myself. And sometimes I usually wear it on this finger because that's where it fits, but sometimes it gets very loose, so I have to switch it, and that's what just happened. It got very loose. I don't want it to fall off, so I had to switch it. But nope, no engagement. I got it for myself. All right, Spirit, what is happening with these divine counterparts? How are they feeling towards each other right now? Let's just start off with that. How are they feeling towards each other? What is the connecting energy between these divine counterparts? What's the connecting energy between these divine counterparts? Heart-to-heart conversations. This feels like intimacy, openness, honesty. We also have give your relationship a chance. This feels like that rebirth energy that's coming through, and you have to let go of the old. You have to let go of the journey itself, let go of the label, let go of the construction, let go of the container that maybe you've placed it yourselves in with this journey. I was just talking to a friend about this morning, where it's like sometimes somewhere along this journey, we became attached to the journey itself. And it was almost like, especially as divine feminines, we needed that. Even some conscious divine masculines who are conscious of the twin flame label and the twin flame sacred union path to ascension, that's what got us through. It was, it was the journey itself, understanding the journey, that really helped us make sense of everything that we were experiencing. And so we read, and so we researched, and so we listened, and so we understood. That's how we learned. But somewhere along the lines, we became attached, and we put ourselves in that container. And along this journey, we reach a certain point where we're able to let that go. Because it's not about our divine counterpart. We recognize it's about us. And our counterpart plays a part. And so all along this journey, we're releasing that attachment, understanding this love, understanding this connection, and that it's always going to be there, but we release the attachment to it. That's what I mean about releasing the container, releasing the journey. Your counterpart is your counterpart. The love that you feel is the love that you feel. The connection is a connection. It's not going anywhere. It can't, especially for these secret partners. You're one, and you feel that. But you release the attachment to it. You release the journey itself in many respects. And I don't have another way to really translate that or articulate it quite yet. I'm going to try to receive more, a better way to express this. I don't quite know how to articulate what it is that I'm personally experiencing with releasing the journey. But I know that there was an attachment to the journey itself that has been released. And that's what this is all about. This is about starting fresh. This is about starting new and letting the journey unfold, this phase of your journey, because you really have, like we said in yesterday's live stream, it's the World card. There's the end of one cycle, the end of one journey. You've completed so many lessons. You've reached a level of higher consciousness. You've reached a level of self-love and self-empowerment. You've reached a level of ascension so that you're ending one cycle and journey and moving into the next. That's what we've been channeling on this channel for the past several months, how we had been in between cycles, in between journeys in this transition phase. Well, that transition phase is over. We have moved into the next journey, into the next cycle, to the next level of our ascension. And so after the World comes the Fool, and the Fool isn't a fool at all. This is Fool energy that I'm in right now, that many of us are in right now. It's excitement, it's anticipation for the next. Not a fool at all, because he carries all of that wisdom within of the previous journey, of the previous cycle. But there's a much higher level of awareness. There's a sense of freedom within the heart, and that freedom is just surrender. Surrender to whatever comes next, whatever unfolds. Letting the heart take the lead here. Giving it a chance, taking that risk, even though the soul and the heart knows it's not a risk at all. It was just the ego that makes it feel like it's a risk, to open up, to let love in, to love unabashedly and unconditionally, to really be in that free-flowing energy. It's not a risk at all to the soul, because that is the soul's natural energy. That is your natural energy. And so one cycle had to end in order for this energy to come forth. And what had to end was releasing that container of attachment to the journey as a whole, to the old cycle as a whole. And when I look back, I'm going to use myself as an example, as an anecdote to try to explain this energy. Because I just woke up feeling this rebirth. It feels like I jumped timelines. It feels like I shifted energy. It just feels completely new and different. Even my eyes feel like my third eye is like wide open and clear. When I look back at the past 4 years or 3.5 years with my divine counterpart, it was wrought with a lot of attachment. It was wrought with a lot of trauma, pain, confusion, lack of clarity, scarcity energy, because that's all the stuff that was coming up to the surface to be cleared. That was the cycle that we were in. This is beautiful. We were in the cycle of clearing. We were in the cycle of healing. Now what's happening is we're in the cycle of creation. We're moving into the cycle of creation, creating together. And that's a new cycle, but we had to release that old journey, that old container, the old, this is what it is. And just let our love flow freely. Let ourselves flow freely to move into this next cycle. So, heart-to-heart conversations, give your relationship a chance. This feels like that creation energy. More intimacy, more vulnerability, more openness, more honesty, more love, more embracing of each other in your wholeness. And when I say in your wholeness, I mean accepting of each other, embracing the masculine and feminine sides of each other, balancing that out. It just feels like a beautiful balancing energy. So this is something. This is really beautiful. Okay, this is my new tarot and translation deck. It is available in my Etsy shop. It is in a limited stock. There will be more stock that is coming. Okay, Spirit, what do you have to say for these divine counterparts? What is happening right now in these sacred unions? What's happening right now in these sacred unions? What's happening right now for these sacred unions, please? Six of Cups, Knight of Wands. It's being reignited. This Knight of Wands feels like the Ace of Wands. There's something being ignited, but I like it with the Knight because there's movement that's happening here. Like, you see how in this depiction the heart is on fire? When I was creating this deck, all the images that I created were intuitively brought to me, as far as placement, as far as alignment, as far as the shield and the heart. That's what's happening. There might have been a guard around the heart right now, or previously I should say, but right now the heart is being activated between both counterparts, and it is being ignited. Now, this is not just sexual passion. This is not just physically. This is energetically. This is spiritual. This is the sacred heart they're showing me, the sacred heart. The sacred heart being that spiritual, higher heart energy, being that spiritual flame. And that's what's being ignited here. And with the Six of Cups, what's beautiful about this is, you see, it's that quantum entanglement. But it's not like entanglement like of the past cycle where it was intense and fraught with friction and triggers and stuff like that. This is a beautiful creation, a beautiful growth that's happening here. And it's funny, when I was working on this deck, it almost looked like these leaves were birds to me. And when I was creating this, I left this like this because I thought it was so beautiful. These two leaves actually looked like birds, and I got the energy of lovebirds. That's exactly what this feels like to me. It feels like there is a blossoming of new love coming in. There's a recognition, a reunion of love. Now, for some, this might be physical. For some, this might be energetic, where there's a shift that's taking place. So for some who haven't been in communication or contact, there's a physical reunion in your physical world that's coming in. For others, I'll give myself an example. For my divine counterpart and I, as we're living together, it is a reunion that is energetic, a rebirth that's happening that is energetic between us. That's what this feels like. I gotta say, there's a little part of me that's like, can I believe this? Is this true? But I don't want to doubt anymore. I don't want to doubt anymore. And I feel like I was guided to this reading for that very purpose. I feel like I just don't want to doubt anymore. So I'm just going to believe what I'm channeling for myself here too. Because this feels big. This feels big. And when I start hitting record, that's when I start channeling. So I want to leave my ego at the door always and believe in this. It just feels like such a different energy. It just feels like such a different energy than what I was in yesterday, where I was doubting, where I was second guessing, where I wasn't believing. Everything feels fresh and new. The sacred heart is just ignited. That's what it feels like. It feels like the spiritual spark has been ignited again. And they're also saying, in the dailies this week, we've been channeling a lot about momentum and movement. With the Knight here, that's what this feels like as well. The Knights are all about action and movement. And that's what this feels like as well. It feels like there is movement that is happening within the connection, within this reunion as well. And I want to clarify that. Again, reunion is not just a physical reunion. It's an energetic shift that's taking place. That's what this feels like. When I say the word reunion, I'm not essentially meaning coming together. It's a shift that is bringing you energetically closer in connection, in your bond, in your love. That's what that reunion energy feels like. Like you're giving each other a chance. Like you're opening up again to intimacy. Like you're opening up your heart again. That's what that reunion energy really feels like. So it'll display itself in the physical realm in a number of different ways according to you and your situation and your path, but I'm just trying to translate the energy that I'm getting for you guys. So when I say the word reunion, I know that we have a certain connotation to that. When I say the word reunion, it means a rebirth in connection. Okay. Spirit, what do you have to say for these counterparts? Anything else? Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Three of Wands. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. You guys have been on the channel with me for a while. You have seen the progression of threes for me. How my union energy went from the Three of Pentacles card, because they showed me the Trinity as a triangle. with 3 points, with source, divine masculine, divine feminine. The further along we got on this journey, the further along my teachings went, my channelings went, the further that became in depth, or the further those teachings became in depth. And what they began to show me was how, okay, this is the old version. It's the Three of Pentacles. They showed it to me like this. You see how it makes a triangle? That's a Trinity energy. Well, then they began to say, well, it's actually kind of like this. It's actually, there's no separation here. And even this doesn't do it justice, because even this, you see the separation. So then they brought forth the Three of Cups. And there was one specific card that brought forth that energy, that message. It was 2 cups pouring into the one. And they said that's what it is. Because it's when you fill up on your cup, find the wholeness and union within yourself. Your masculine fills up on their cup, finds the wholeness and union within themselves. Now you're able to offer that to each other. That's the 2 of Cups. But with the 3 of Cups, you pour into the third. So what happens when you have one chalice that's filled with water, and you're pouring from another cup and a third cup, the water mixes. It's all the same substance. It's all one. It's all merged. There is no separation whatsoever. No separation whatsoever. So that has always been my union energy. I say this because this 3 of Wands feels like that Trinity energy as well. This feels like that union energy as well, even though it's the 3 of Wands, not the 3 of Cups. With the 3 of Wands, this is right on the horizon. This is coming in. This is blossoming and blooming. And you see how the vines are, it just blows my mind, the imagery that comes out. You see how the vines are kind of like entangling between masculine over here, feminine over here, and source over here, kind of standing a little bit taller. And it's like it's squeezing you together, bringing you closer into that oneness, into that wholeness. That's what this feels like. It's right on the horizon there. They're reminding me of something else that I'm going to pause here and mention. As I mentioned in yesterday's live stream, I'm creating an Ascension Confessions deck based on my Ascension Confessions series, the playlist that I have, where I've been sharing the raw and real personal experiences of my journey. It hasn't been updated in a long time, but I'm creating that deck, and I'm going through my videos, and they brought forth a metaphor for me that they want me to reiterate now. When I was first starting to understand energy, especially when it comes to sacred partners, they brought forth the metaphor of unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is the energy of how we are all made up of this beautiful tapestry of love. We're all individual threads, unique souls. That's the beauty of us. That's the beauty of spirit. That's the beauty of soul. But we're all made up of the same source energy, creating this beautiful tapestry of oneness. They brought forth the metaphor of the ocean. The ocean is made up of water droplets. But merged, it creates this unity. You and your divine counterpart are one droplet. You're the same droplet. That is this sacred partnership. The same energy, the same thread, the same spark. That is what a twin flame truly is. It's the same soul essence, with your masculine energy within you, divine feminine, is embodied in your counterpart in the physical. The feminine energy within your counterpart is a feminine energy that is you embodied. That's what a twin flame, twin soul relationship truly is. The label, why we have to release that, is it has been really hijacked. The term, the journey itself, it has been really filtered down, kind of spiritually hijacked, I guess you could say, in a way corrupted. Filtered down, they like that. Filtered down is really the energy that they're going for. Really filtered down. Because it is about the love. and the love that you have for each other. And it is, you feel connected because you are, and that connection never goes away. No matter where you are, that's quantum entanglement, no matter where you are across space and time, it never goes away. The love never goes away. And you know that. Your soul knows that. It's just ego that fears the separation, because the ego believes in separation when separation is just an illusion. A couple of weeks ago, we channeled, you're already in sacred union. You have always been in sacred union. All you're doing on this journey is clearing the beliefs that you're not, your beliefs that you're lacking, the beliefs of scarcity, the beliefs that you are in separation. That's all you're doing on this journey. You're clearing those old beliefs around lack. So, a couple of reminders here. Understand that you are in union. You always have been in union, because you always have been connected and in that energy of love. And the more we recognize that, the more we feel into not only our connection with our counterparts, but our connection and union with all things, especially with source energy itself. Okay, that felt like a really strong teaching there. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. I was mentioning the Three of Wands because it really feels like this is here. This is right on the horizon. Seeing it with your physical, tangible eyes. The traditional tarot is there on the edge of a cliff, seeing the ships come in right along the horizon. It's right there. It's coming in. And with this beautiful imagery, it's like the masculine energy, the feminine energy, there's new growth blossoming for you both, joining together. It just feels like these vines are kind of pulling you guys together in a beautiful way. With the Nine of Cups, this is happiness. This is wish fulfillment. And what I love about this, they're showing me, is the circle here, the circle of completion to the one cup. Filling your own cup up, then nurturing the Trinity energy. Trinity energy is not just oneness with Source, but when you're bringing it down to the physical human experience, you're birthing a relationship. Your relationship itself is the third energy that you nurture, that you care for. And there's a number of different ways, a number of different variations of that. If you have a child, the Trinity energy is that third energy as well. There's a number of different ways to view that. If you have a home, your home and how you care for that in the context of caring for each other is a Trinity energy as well. So the Trinity energy that you share with your divine counterpart and Source, which is the ultimate, because remember, it's all about coming back to that home and that oneness with Source energy, that wholeness within, the recognition of the divinity within, which is Source energy. So the more you recognize that, the more you recognize Trinity energy in everything. And so that's what this is, this completion of a cycle to bring forth that oneness, to bring forth that happiness, that fulfillment, that harmony. And what's coming in is this beautiful clarity, this fresh start in communication, clarity, understanding. I'm also hearing the word compassion. This really feels like a sense of heart-to-heart conversation, more intimacy, more vulnerability, this sense of victory, but not victory of I won something, victory of achievement, accomplishment. I've reached a certain level of my ascension where I recognize I was holding myself back, and now I'm willing to be open. Now I'm willing to speak my truth. Now I'm willing to be clear and have clarity in all things. So, really strong, beautiful energies coming in. Okay, where do we want to go next? Let's see what shifted with this new moon in Aries. This was a powerful new moon. I don't think I even realized how powerful it was meant to be. What shifted with this new moon in Aries for these divine counterparts? Okay, I'm going to get that deck too. Okay, what shifted with this new moon? What shifted for these counterparts? Usually we do the divine masculine, divine feminine, but I'm just feeling this merged energy today. So we'll be back possibly this week. I do want to do an ascension energy update later this week because we were channeling some new information for the daily, some powerful information on what's to come for ascension as a whole, especially for the global collective. So we'll be back with that reading later this week. And then we'll either do a check-in on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, or the community post, to check out those, or we'll be back with a Sacred Union energy update, check-in on divine masculine, divine feminine sometime next week. Okay. I can't plan readings, you guys. I just have to go with the flow of things. So thanks for hanging in there and going with the flow with me. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. It's so funny that I said that this isn't like, this Ace of Swords isn't like somebody wins, because it's not like that. It's not like somebody wins, somebody loses. That's this energy here. A win-win outcome is forecast. There is no winners and losers, because that's just creating duality. This is unity energy. This is harmony. This is balance. That is exactly what has shifted. This is a beautiful... they're also bringing the energy of justice. It feels like justice. And again, not an energy of I win, you lose, that kind of justice. It's fairness, it's balance, it's reciprocity, it's equality. It's a beautiful energy. That's what this new moon has brought in. And show the world the real you. This has that energy of openness, vulnerability, authenticity. That is what we're moving into. It's the energy of embodiment. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amazing energy. Okay, I'm going to use this deck. They keep having me look at it, so I'm going to use it. It's the Divine Abundance deck that a beautiful community member had gifted to us. So let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for these sacred unions, please, Spirit? What do we need to know? Is this the deck? Yep, this is the deck. Okay. All right, what do we need to know? Please, Spirit, what do we need to know? Just one card. What do we need to know for these sacred unions? What do we need to know? Detachment. That's exactly what we were talking about. This is a letting go of the old. This is what we're at the stage in our relationship, not in our relationship, in our ascension journey, where we're letting go of that attachment to the relationship, attachment to the expectation, attachment to what we thought it should look like, attachment to where we thought the journey was taking us. We're letting go of the old version, the old container. We're detaching from that in order to move into the new. And the new is bringing so much beauty, so much reconciliation, intimacy, openness, vulnerability. There's a rebirth energy for here in your sacred partner. I'm going to read this. It says, with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. This is that sense of freedom I was talking about. So I feel like it was almost like I probably should have picked up this deck earlier, because this is confirmation of everything that we were talking about and channeling. This is that sense of wholeness. This is that sense of freedom. And from that sense of freedom and love, your love can just grow, flourish, and continue to move forward into what it is that you want, what it is that you've always desired, but you had to let go of the attachment first. Beautiful energy message here of stay present. That's what will help you with this. Stay very present. Okay. I'm going to get a message card, not from your counterpart. That doesn't feel right. Let's get one of these. This is my Journey of the Heart deck. So let's just see, what do we need to know for these counterparts? I'm going to get a divine masculine, divine feminine. What does the divine masculine need to know for their sacred union? This is both of your sacred unions. What does divine masculine need to know with regards to this connection and sacred union? Three of Cups. Your relationship is reaching a state of harmony within the self and in your partnership, creating a trinity with source. That's exactly what we were talking about. Celebrate the love that surrounds and embodies this sacred union. I feel like this is the masculine's heart opening up and really activating and really embracing this union, really embracing this joy, really embracing this happiness that they feel within this connection. Releasing the pressure, releasing the container. And I feel like it's because the feminine has released that the divine masculine really feels like they can be open, they can be loving, they can feel that joy, because it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start for divine masculine. It's a fresh start for your connection. Okay, divine feminine. It's a whole new world. We got that song lyric a couple of times last night, but that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a whole new level of your ascension. It feels like a whole new world. And they're saying it is. In truth, it is, because we have entered the rainbow grid. We have crossed the bridge of even fifth dimensional consciousness and moving into higher. We have crossed that bridge, and now we are in that higher level of consciousness, in that higher dimension, and that higher vibration. We really are anchored into new energy here. All right, feminine. What does feminine need to know about this union and connection? I'm going to take all that. Just one card, please. Just one for divine feminine. What do we need to know about divine feminine's connection? Okay, what do we need to know? Okay. Four of Pentacles. Are you blocking love by holding yourself back? Allow the love between you and your partner to flow freely with an open and unguarded heart. So this is beautiful. This is both of you guys. And the Four of Pentacles is an interesting energy that's coming through. It's almost like, I seen the devil as well that tried to come out. I don't know where it is now. Oh, here it is. You and your partner is your divine mirror, reflecting your shadow self as an opportunity for soul growth. Let go of toxic attachments and set yourself free from outdated mindsets about love. That's exactly what we've been channeling. That's exactly what I've personally been experiencing. And remember, I'm part of the collective too. So if I'm experiencing this, you guys are either experiencing it right along with me, or you will be. These readings are meant to be timeless, so you might be experiencing it, wherever you are on your path, whenever it is you come to this reading. What you're doing is, where did it go? You're recognizing the mirror. You're recognizing the connection. You're recognizing how to let go of that toxic container, which is really what the old cycle, the old version of your connection was. You're letting go of that. But the beautiful aspect of Four of Pentacles is a guarded energy, but it's also an energy of holding on. So it could be miserly, where you're being stubborn and you're resistant and you're just like, no, I'm not going to give. I'm not going to let go of this, in a very distorted way. Or it could be an energy of, I'm not giving up. I'm holding on, but not out of attachment, just out of faith, just out of not giving up. Four of Pentacles can have that energy as well. And so what I feel like is happening is both of you are marrying each other, and that you both want this connection. You're allowing this connection to unfold, but from a place of not giving up on it, from a place of just letting it unfold and flow, just letting the love flow, to flow freely with an open and unguarded heart. Not holding yourself back, not forcing anything, and a beautiful energy of balance between you two. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's Sacred Union Energy Update. We will be back later this week with some more readings on social media, as well as here on the channel. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you're letting me know in the comment box below how this is resonating with you. I love hearing where you guys are on your journeys as well. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I'll see you soon. Bye.